An exhibit in our city is citing the importance of creating a dialogue between faiths. A blessing to one another, Pope John Paul II and the Jewish people opens here next week. Here to talk to us about it is Rabbi A.B. Ingber and Dr. James Buchanan from Xavier University. Gentlemen, thank you for being here with us. Now, we've talked a little bit about this, and it's such a neat and important exhibit. Tell folks out there what this exhibit is and talk about it a little bit.
Well, the exhibit is really an incredible way of walking through the life of two young Polish boys. One was Catholic, one was Jewish. We know the Polish Catholic boy in that he became Pope John Paul II. We know the Jewish boy by the name of Jerzy Kluger. And Jerzy Kluger became a close confidant of the Pope at the Vatican. And the whole import of Catholic-Jewish relations, which had begun so significantly with Second Vatican Council, blossomed through the relationship between these two people.
Sounds extremely interesting and important. And tell people why this is so important for them to come out and see, especially here in the tri-state.
Well, it began here in 2005, May 18th of 2005, had a short run here, and then has moved on to 17 other venues. It's been across the United States, from coast to coast, from north to south. It's been visited by over 800,000 people. The importance of it nationally and the importance of it here is that it is an exhibit, but actually it's an opportunity and an instrument for fostering interfaith engagement. For Cincinnati, it's been important because it was a watershed moment in Christian-Jewish relationships in this city. And we've built on that moment since then to become really a model community nationally in terms of the way in which we engage with each other across and among the various faith traditions. This is about the Catholic Church and the Jewish community, but it's much broader than that because, as we know, Pope John Paul II reached out and engaged in dialogue with all the faith traditions, both in the Assisi conferences and in his travels around the world. We're very happy to have it come back to Cincinnati. And one of the reasons in particular is because when it was here before, because it happened so late in the year, we didn't get a lot of visits from the school children. This year we're really pushing that because the message here is a message about teaching your children well, and it's one to which we know through national experience that the children respond wonderfully well to.
Right, and we've talked a little bit about Pope John Paul II's relationship with Jerzy Kluger. Tell people what we can learn from that relationship.
It's unlikely that very many people who are watching today's telecast would ever aspire to be Pope. But every single person who's watching can be the Jerzy Kluger. Every single person who's watching can invite the other into their home, can create a unique relationship. And you never know where the planting of those seeds, especially in childhood and young adulthood, can blossom into these kinds of relationships. What we found in our research, and we certainly are very, very proud of that, was that almost everything that we saw John Paul II demonstrate on the world stage had already been part of his formative years in Wadowice, Poland as a child. And for a parent to see that in their own young children and to know the importance of bringing others into their home and opening up the door to go and visit others is really an inspiring message. So we celebrate the life of John Paul II. We educate about this unique relationship between Catholics and Jews in this community called Wadowice, but we really try to inspire people to live their own lives in that way.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing this important message, and hopefully everyone will go out and see this exhibit as they should. Now, the event is at the Hebron Union campus. It opens September 10th and goes until December 31st. The museum is open every day